Hey Saber fans, it's thin neck time. I got two thin necks I'm going to be revealing today. First of which is a Saberforge Prodigal Son. I made a lot of modifications to this, but first off, get started with the fact that it's neopixel. Blasters, lock up. Let's see, how do you do force effects with this board? I honestly can't remember. So this is a Cerberus Neo Core board in this. I used a LS6 control box for a black side button activation. And of course the good accent LEDs. I painted the thin neck to the antique gold color that is a good match to the screen used prop. This looks more like an idealized version. I also painted the bars on this. Used the stock card, it matches really well with those bars. I changed out the D-ring on a hero to a tri-ring. And of course, had to modify the emitter a lot. For example, stock neopixel PCB. A lot of modifying to this. Of course, I had to clean it up too. How I got, actually, the only parts that I got for this from the scratch and dent sale was this grip section, which was painted all black or anodized. So I sanded it down to reveal this aluminum, and I got the thin neck and the emitter from the scratch and dent sale. The body I got from somebody else, and the pommel I had to get from Saberforge's Etsy. And of course, this was aftermarket, and this was also not from Saberforge. So this was definitely a huge work in progress, and getting it neopixel ready was pretty challenging. What I did was I just took a unibit and just ran it as far down as need be to where I could get a PCB in there. Turned out great. And of course you have your onboard menu.
Settings.
Let's see, what is next? I think auxiliary is next font.
Next font.
Yeah.
There's only one return, and it ain't of the king, it's of the Jedi.
Next color. Next color. Next color. Next color.
Oh yeah, I still got a lot of modifying to do on this hilt. All I have is green right now. So you have all the effects that Crystal Focus V9 had, pretty much. Minus the preons and post-offs. Eventually, I'll go and show you the board. Actually, Cerberus already has, War Sabers already has smooth swing in the works for this board. So it's the Neo Core V1. Recharge port, 28mm speaker. The chassis was rattling around on the inside a little bit, so I just threw some tape to it and we're good. Got a high drain battery. Fits in there real well. Now, War Sabers has smooth swing in the works for this board. In case you look at their Facebook page, you'll see it. Really good stuff. A lot of good things coming out. Let's see here. What else have I done to this? For this, you can see it's actually threaded right through here. I Loctited that in place because that is like the dumbest design ever. I don't know why the hell Saberforge did that. I really hope they didn't do that with the next ones, their newest generation of them. Because there's no point, if you ask me, but what do I know? I'm not a machinist. So we got our... That spins. Let's see if I can activate a stab. Yep. Clashes, blasters, block up. I do like that it has a delay for power off. So you can set that in the SD card. The most I've messed around with the SD card is to get the green going, to get the accent LEDs going, and to modify a little bit of the fonts. That's about it. So what else do I have on here?
Settings. Next font. Next font.
There's only one return, and it ain't up to king.
Next font.
Only got 2 fonts on here right now. Just enough to get started. And confirm. So yeah, it's not a bad hilt at all, honestly. I mean, considering the amount of modification it took to get it to where it is, ouch. You know, this is definitely one I'll be letting go in the very near future. I did use a stock PCB with the short pins because you want maximum blade depth here. Got a nice 832 set screw. And, you know, this is more reminiscent, if you ask me, of the episode 8 Luke. And I had an extra one of these blade plugs laying around, so, you know, might as well use it, right? Yeah, I'll definitely be selling this in the near future. It's not a bad hilt. Size-wise, it's definitely one of the bigger heroes I've ever owned. I think, let's see here. I think it's very similar in size to the Texas Custom Sabres Hero. I'll actually go ahead and grab that for a comparison. So, Texas Custom Sabres Hero also has the LS6 control box. I painted this with metallic copper instead. So size-wise, it's kind of hard to get both of these on the screen. I would say size-wise, maybe 1/4 to a 1/2 inch less. Pretty much it comes up to this lip right here, and that's the length of the Texas Custom Sabres. Of course, this one's a lot more neopixel friendly because it has a recessed area and they're already milled out. Bored out, sorry. And yeah, it's a great hilt. If you're familiar with this LS6 control box, this is usually held in with magnets. I used a little bit of E6000 along the edges to keep it from coming out because with the magnets it comes out pretty easy and I don't like it. So I mean, it's easily removable and should get a lot of use out of it. And I mean, once the NeoCore board comes out, or NeoCore, the new update comes out, I must be getting tired. I did just have dinner. Once the new firmware update comes out for the NeoCore, easy as, you know, just twisting the kill key around, no power, pull out the SD card, put it in your computer, drag and drop the new firmware, and boom, you're in. Got the new firmware. Deep sleep function. I think the timeout is at either 3 or 5 minutes. Can't remember what I set it to. A lot of customization can be done to this board. A lot. You know, I just dug into it a little bit just so that I could get the accent LEDs going and set up a green blade for neopixel. But yeah, there's flame blades, unstable blades, all kinds of crazy stuff. This could be a lot of fun to tinker with for a fan that likes to tinker with the SD card settings. But yeah, nice hilt. I think somebody's going to really enjoy it. I of course use clear coat over these as well. That way they're more resistant to handling and wear and tear and the usual stuff. Yeah. I think that's all I really got to say about this hilt, really. You know, I know that this emitter comes apart in 2 pieces, like this separates from up here, but I could not get that off to save my life. They definitely Loctited it or something in place. Probably use like red Loctite, because they're like, oh yeah, we'll never need to take this apart. Yeah, surprise, need to be taken apart. But anyways, hope you enjoyed, Saber fans. Till next time, may the force be with you.